I'm Jean of Crafty Individuals, and today we're making a short YouTube video to show you different ways of using Crafty Individuals masks in your craft work effectively. Here at Crafty Individuals we now have a large selection of craft masks. This is an example of some of them in packets, and then if we take two out of the packets, they come as either where the image is cut out of the plastic, as this one is, which is a border pattern, and I'm going to call that, for ease in the video, I'm going to call that a stencil. Then there's this other one where the plastic is the image, and that I'm going to call a mask, just so I can differentiate between the two. I'm going to first of all run a couple of these through the Cuttlebug with an embossing mat on top. There are various different types of embossing mat. You'll have to get one that's suitable for your machine, and it's going to lay over the top. Now in this case I'm using a coordinations card which has a core in it. I'm going to lay that on top like that, just make sure that's in there. Then I'm going to put the embossing mat over the top, and then we're going to put, in this case, the B plate over the top, but however you use it will be according to your machine. So if I run this quickly through the Cuttlebug, you'll see the sort of thing that I'm going to do. So in this case you'll get an embossed finish like this, and because it's got a core in it you can then go on and sand it with a flat sanding block. So you literally take the sanding block and rub over the surface, and you keep rubbing until you've removed a lot of the surface just on the embossed part, and you can keep going on. On different cards you'll get different effects. So you get a really light effect on that one, you've got a border going on that one, and again this is one that hasn't been sanded. And then here I've put some gilding wax over the top to make it stand out, and it's nice and silvery. And this is a way you might combine the two, where you've got the embossed design against one of the Crafty Individual stamps, which makes rather a nice effect. If you cut it down, make a lovely card. And the second method I'm going to show you today is to use the masks or stencils literally as stencils or masks to mask out part of the paper and create an interesting pattern onto which you can pop an image or a stamped image or anything you like to make a really nice card. So what I'm going to do is, this time I'm going to use distress inks. You'll use lots of different coloured inks for this. You can use our Versa Magic sets as well, which are really good for the same thing. And I'm just going to quickly show you how I'm going about doing this. So I'm going to lay in this case the mask on here. I'm going to take a bit of the distress ink on the brushes that we sell on the site as well, and I'm just going to literally go over the mask like this. It doesn't have to be in any particular direction, you'll just get a different effect each time to give you a nice inked finish, which you'll get like that. Now you can go on, add a little bit more to this or a different colour, soften it up a little bit, and then maybe we'll take a different colour and we'll go for the pink. I love this picked raspberry pink, and I'll take, say, a butterfly and hold that on there. You can hold it in place quite easily, and I'm going to go over that in the pink. And you get a nice effect there as well. Then you can go on with this until you end up with something that you really like. You can put another one on there, maybe going off the top there. And you can build up a really nice effect with them, like that. So you'll just get a little bit coming in and out of there. And you could also go on and put a little bit of stamping with this as well. I'm just taking one stamp like this, not got a back on it or anything, and I'm just going to put it in patches here and there to give you an effect that's interesting in your craft work, and which you can then go ahead maybe and put an image over the top. And the third method of using the masks or stencils I'm going to show you today is probably best done with the stencil variety as opposed to the mask, because you get a rather nice effect with that. Now we're selling at the moment some rather nice sparkle mediums for imagination crafts on the website, which I absolutely love, and they go really well with Crafty individual stamps to produce an effect like this. They're not perfect, but they don't need to be perfect. And this is one done with the gel, the sparkle gel, and where I've added my own colour to it with an acrylic paint before I've scraped it over the stencil. But it's exactly the same method as I've done in the other two cards. So now I'll show you how to go about doing this. I'm going to take the stencil, I'm going to lay it exactly where I want it onto one of these tags here. I'm going to turn it round to give myself a good way on to use it. I'm going to take some of the stencil medium on my palette knife like so, and then I'm going to take it across the stencil very quickly and easily, just like this. So drag it across there, take off the excess, move your fingers over. You can use tape and tape it down if you find it easier that way, but I'll just hold it in place. Just add more as you need it. Take it backwards and forwards across. Hold it nice and still and steady. Move my fingers across. And you can use every last little bit of it here so nothing's wasted until you've got right to the other end. And scrape off the excess. You can put that back in there and then immediately lift up the stencil, and there you have a nice embossed glittery effect. When that dries, it'll flatten down slightly and it'll look absolutely beautiful on your artwork. Thanks very much for watching this short video, and I do hope you found it interesting, informative and enjoyable. Thank you.